Good morning. This is the pre-market report for 4th April 2022. Now when we look at the SGX Nifty, it is indicating that there is going to be a relatively flat to slightly bearish opening. Now when we look at the move last week on Friday, as I had said that once it reaches certain levels, it was a clear long, and that is what occurred, and in fact the index closed spot on up till the resistance levels we had given in the video. Now when I'm looking at the indexes today, I am bullish, but I'm bullish with a bit of a caution, meaning that I would prefer to trade in the monthly options rather than the weekly, because I expect a rise to occur, but the rise is not going to be a very smooth one due to many factors. Now the first factor is the news. We see that overnight it has come that in Germany food prices are going to be increasing 20 to 50%, and that will definitely have a knock-on effect across Europe. And so I expect when the European markets are opening, there will be, number one, a bit of shakiness at that moment, as they will be having to absorb that news. Basically, if Germany is doing it, France is going to have to do it, UK is going to have to do it. So that knock-on effect and that fear factor of how the businesses will do with their elevated prices will have to be absorbed. Then another factor which I'm looking at is that I agree a lot of the stocks, whether you look at Larsen & Toubro, you look at TCS, you look at Punjab National Bank, SBI, all have had a very good breakout candle, and even that can be seen in the Bank Nifty. But as I have said in the past, the Bank Nifty is still hovering in its change of polarity zone. It has broken above it, but it's still within that range. So until it clears that range, I expect turbulence. So now this news which is coming in should cause some shakiness. So if you're trading in monthly options, the decay is not going to kill you to the extent the decay will kill you in the weekly option as an option buyer. If you're an option seller, then the weekly options are going to be better for you, because that bumpiness will help you make some extra bucks. So for me, who does both sides, on the option sell side, you look at basically the weekly options. On the option buy side, the April end of month options. Now when we drop to the charts of the indexes, now this is what I'm saying. If you look at the Nifty had an extended breakout, but now when we only look at it from a simple chart perspective, we have a major resistance that is coming up, that is roughly there at 17,795. So we can consider that an important hurdle if you're looking at without quants. When I'll give the quants level just now. Then the next major resistance level for the index is roughly at 18,080. If you look at it in terms of the candles. Now when we look at it, look at the Bank Nifty. The Bank Nifty, we see that the 20-day moving average and the 200-day moving average have not yet been able to meet. So that is why I'm expecting a bit of turbulence, because number one, this is a change of polarity zone. We had an extended move on Friday, but that move, I would say the last half an hour was the late retail coming in to buy in panic, as they had the fear of missing out. So now they will have to get a bit of a kicking before we have a clean up move later on. So if you look at the Bank Nifty in terms of simple resistance zones, there is one there at basically 38,243, and then there's another one there at 37,629. So you can see that as we reclaim that, we will have some bumpiness. Now if we drop to the 15-minute charts, sorry, 30-minute chart, longer term view. We are in the process of, this comes even more clear because we are in the process of gap filling, and the gap resistance is here, and we can see the resistance we chose for the candles is right there. So this will be a bumpy zone. Now dropping to the quant levels, I'll highlight which ones are very important. Now 17,740 is more basically a small intraday hurdle. I don't consider it, if I would be crass, I would say it's not big shit. It is basically a small hurdle for the Nifty to cross. However, the hurdle I'll be watching for is 17,930 to 17,950. This will be a very major resistance zone for the Nifty, and it will be very important for us to see if the index can break this zone. If it does manage to break this zone, then that will be, we'll get a very powerful move up till 18 to 50 comfortably on the longer time frame. So I'm not saying for intraday, but intraday this is gonna be a very important zone to watch. Then on the resistance side for Bank Nifty, if we look at basically the resistance at 37,380 and 37,770. So what do you call 37? I would say you take 37,7. You take this zone, this 37,770 and 37,950 to 37,850 will be the two important resistance zones for the Bank Nifty to break when we look at it in terms of a quant perspective. So 17,930 to 17,950 for Nifty, and 37,770 and 37,950 to 38,050 for Bank Nifty. Now when we come to the support sides, how I have worked them out, because I don't expect the pullbacks to be very extended unless some further news comes in which causes that. So the supports are 17,650 or 17,536, 17,460, 17,340. I expect this to be first the initial relief point at pre-open. If we break that, then this one to be the second relief point. When we come to the Bank Nifty, I expect this to be relief point number 1. If we break that, then this to be relief point number 2. But on the whole, I am bullish on the indexes, but I'm not expecting a very clean move as we go up. So it's better if you're option buyer to stick to the monthly options, and you'll be able to ride the bumpiness in a better way, and don't keep very tight stops or you will be taken out very fast. Thank you for watching, and do like and subscribe to the channel.